I just posted a prophetic word I received from the Lord yesterday, filled with wrath about something that's coming. What's highly unusual is before the word came, while I was waiting on the Lord because I could feel it bubbling up, as I waited, I heard a song I haven't probably heard in 50 years. It was the Doggie in the Window song. And when it was done playing, then the word of wrath came forth. There were things in the song, lyrics in the song, that really triggered and connected some dots that have been spinning around in my head for a couple weeks. I'm just going to lay these out in case they mean anything. This isn't something that has a receipt on the mainstream news, but they're all bits and pieces of warnings and words and discernment I've had before. Mostly surrounded by America selling out to others, the American people. I didn't remember the words, so when I saw this, I do hope that doggie's for sale. I must take a trip to California. Reminded me of the video I did about the hidden agenda of Xi coming to San Francisco for the APEC meeting in November. And when it says, and I read in the paper there were robbers. There was a robber in the APEC warning dream that stole the $1,000 bill. The interpretation for the $1,000 bill comes from the fact that I learned that $1,000 bills were made for convenience war purchases in the civil and American revolutions. So the dream showed that there was a hidden agenda and there was an exchange of commerce and war money. The dream showed that we were stolen from, got the short end of the stick, because in return we got a whole bunch of cheap Chinese cat toys. So on the outside it looked like diplomacy in the dream, but it was really thievery and possibly has to do with American war. And we, the people, got nothing of value in return, but paid a hefty price. And they called it diplomacy. That was the deception. The thing about the prophetic stuff is that as time goes on, things just make more and more sense. So if you want more clues, watch the video. It's really good. One of the things in there was, I actually caught the robber. And when I caught him, I said, hey, take me to the authority over you. Take me to your mother. Take me to your mother. And what I came up with for that was the Mother Church, the Catholic Church, or Mother Russia, maybe behind the deception, meaning in cahoots with China against the U.S. But like I said, this video isn't thus saith the Lord. I'm just trying to put some pieces together. So in this video, I'm talking about the selling out of America. I mean, I've heard people say that Xi is Biden's boss. And at the beginning of the year, we had that Chinese spy balloon, remember? That Biden let fly all the way across to another ocean before he shot it down. But they made nice and then invited him over to San Francisco for APEC, like we're going to do business together. Like, is something going on behind the scenes? Just exploring. My warnings about war coming to America came out of a spiritual battle in June of 2021, a 3-day battle with the Prince of Persia, the Lord, and his host of angels. This is that video, but it's currently, we're on this watch right here through December. In that battle with Prince of Persia, there was this destruction of this religious system at the end of the battle. And the dog that was the king in this giant religious system looked like this dog from the movie, The Never-Ending Story. How much is that doggie in the window? Isn't the first time I've heard him mention this dog. In one of the first warnings to America, it says, oh, where is the little dog gone? You're all over the world, but never look up to me. It's a world-traveling dog of a false religion. I know I've seen every leader, world leader, bow to kiss the ring of the Pope. Don't be fooled by Biden saying he's a Zionist over the weekend. He's actually Catholic. Like I said, I'm bringing up the Pope because in the dream, the mother ended up being either the Mother Church behind China or Russia behind China, in cahoots with this fake diplomacy and this war money. And could it be we're sold out to this plan? God has made it perfectly clear that the two in this picture are going to be tangled up in the attack on America. Also, he showed that there's going to be a big lie told in an effort to make it look like somebody else did it or each other did it. There's going to be some confusion surrounding it, but we'll know when we see it, the Lord said. Besides all that, like, how deep does it go, right? So I looked up the year, 1954, the year the dog song was written. And I asked Google, tell me something about China and the Pope. And I pretty much fell off of my chair when on October 7th, which is our war date for Israel, in the year that, how much is that doggie? That pointed to Chi coming to San Francisco APEC deception meeting, is the date of a encyclical, like a newsletter, the Pope Pius dictated to the people of China. I discovered that there are millions and millions of Catholics in China, but the government will not let the legal Catholics, because there are some underground, be ruled by the Pope. It's a communist country and they want to rule over all people. But the way that the Pope will not give up trying to be the ruler over them is like he wants to be the ruler of their people. So if you're a Catholic in China, you sort of have to hide. It's actually a pretty tangled up mess, but they're in a tug of war over the Catholics in China. And recently this year, I think April, they came to another agreement and said, let's talk about it some more for the next 2 years. So they made an agreement to talk for 2 more years about it. October 7th is also Putin's birthday. And of course, the beginning of the war that we're in. It's just good to know that the Catholic Church, the Pope, has been trying to lure China into submission to the Catholic Church for their Chinese Catholics. I read a lot of stuff, and there's just a lot of schmoozing going on. The Pope admitted that at the end of his life now, he's trying to build his legacy. Just inaugurated 21 new bishops whose assignment is build my reputation and legacy. I don't know enough about these things to come to any conclusion, but wow. The other mother throughout history has been, Russia has always been called the mother. The soldiers say when they fight for the mother, they mean Russia. Our biggest threat is Iran, with Putin in the back or on the sidelines, or else he's just going to be blamed for what Iran does. It's something like that. We won't know till we see it. And we meaning us with discernment, not the mainstream news. If we've been sold out, it could be layered. And like I said in my warning video, somebody's totally lying, and it could be us lying to ourselves and lying to the American people. That is the worst case scenario. This feels above my pay grade. It's even a little too conspiratorial for me. Feel free to kindly let me know what you think in the comments. I can smell something cooking in the kitchen, but I can't quite see who's all is at the stove. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Talk soon.